As an educator, you'll find multiple challenges that you'll need to deal with whenever training, coaching, or teaching. One of the main issues that teachers have to deal and contend with, and I urge them to deal with this outside the classroom, is their own ego. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into the clinical side of things, mainly because that bores the heck out of me, but what I want to talk about today is how to deal with a student who seemingly is resisting what you have to teach. The problem with that premise is that students don't necessarily resist your help. This is your perception of what they're doing. So say, for example, that you're teaching a student and suddenly you realize that they're just pushing back, or it's not really going in, or they ask questions that you can tell they are perhaps unnecessary to you or to the topic you're trying to communicate about, and it comes across as resistance, it comes across as being difficult. What this student is doing, and this is what you have to accept as a teacher, is he or she is telling you to slow down. Now, this could have multiple different reasons. He or she might be asking you, without saying those words, to slow down because the information is coming at them too quickly, or it's information that is poking at things that they saw as dogma before. So you might be causing or pushing at a paradigm shift that they will struggle with because their own prejudice bias will come into play. Also, just because they might be scared of taking on such a challenge. You might be challenging them too much all at once. So what I would say is that whenever you feel quote-unquote resistance, remember, they don't want to resist your help. They don't want to sabotage it. They're doing it because that's their defensive mechanism whenever they feel overwhelmed or threatened or cornered by too much new information. So slow it down, take a step back, and remind them that everything they've learned so far has served them greatly. It was such a great job that they adopted those mechanisms. And then you ask them, do you want to stick to these tools, or do you want to explore new ones? Give them a sense of agency, autonomy, independence. Don't just push your agenda and then get frustrated or upset whenever they quote-unquote resist. That's my advice for you guys today. If you are in the education field in any way, if you're a yoga teacher, music teacher, private, doesn't matter. Always put the student first. My style of parenting and teaching is the same. Student/child first. My ego has to come second. I'm not perfect at that. I make that mistake quite a lot, but I catch myself, hopefully often enough to avoid corrupting the communication process and the creation of a long-lasting rapport and progress and learning curve. And that's my only goal as an educator, is to not corrupt that process. Good luck.